Hello, as I mentioned in the first part of this lesson, today I'm presenting the second part of the one echelon distribution networks to two echelon distribution networks. Today, this is the agenda that we are going to follow. First, we will recap all the things that we mentioned the other day. Then, we will describe some examples about fixed facilities in London. Then, I will give some examples about mobile depots. And finally, the key takeaways of this lesson. The other day, we analyzed the reasons motivating the appearance of new distribution models. We mentioned not only the IL facility, but others as well as the parcel lockers and so on. We explored the components of one echelon and two echelon networks. Today, we are going to see the examples of fixed facilities in London in order to be able to compare different solutions in the same context, and then some examples of mobile depots. About the fixed facilities, we are exploring 4 examples. This is the first one that we are exploring. They installed 5 facilities. It was for the parcel sector. They use electric vans and cargo trays for the second leg of the network, and for the first leg, they were replacing diesel vehicles with only one truck that served at night. You can see here the benefits for introducing the facility. So we have environmental improvements and also operational improvements. About the barriers, the high rent of in the center of London, and also the electric vehicles limitations. The important learnings here is that to make viable the urban consolidation center, they need to have high volume of deliveries. And another aspect relevant here is the good relationships between the companies and the local authority. This is the second case that we are analyzing. They installed a micro hub in the center of London and it required a high investment. They dedicated it to the parcel services and they used 10 electric vans and 8 cargo trays. The delivery area had a radius of 3 kilometers and it was a low emission source. The main barriers to find the industrial space in the city center and the fleet reliability. The good learnings or aspects, the good location is the key for the development and success of the project, and the high reliability and performance of the vehicles that were used for this pilot. So here we have the third example. So this is oriented to the business-to-business sector, more specifically to the hospital. So they installed a hub in the center of London that was serving to 2 of the largest hospitals there. This hub is holding the inventory and is sorting the material. They are using 20 vehicles, and the next step is the transition to electric. Some of the benefits, so they have reduced the number of deliveries to just 1. Therefore, they have reduced the distances and also the traffic and harmful emissions. Another benefit is as they have centralized the packaging operations, the waste has been reduced in the hospitals. So they have improved the logistics efficiency and they have a better control of the inventory. The barriers, the high installation trust, again, the partners' trust. And the good point is that they received grants for financing the hub. This is the last example that we are going to explore about fixed facilities. This is a local store in Sainsbury. The motivation for opening this hub was COVID-19. So they wanted to open the business to consumer channel in order to gain market share. As you can see here, they serve in a radius of 5 kilometers. They serve 100 orders per day and they are using 5 electric vehicles. The main barriers encountered were to open a new distribution channel where they didn't have any knowledge about the operations. And therefore, there was an operational change. The positive things is that the increased e-commerce in the food sector during the pandemic helped them to maintain the market strength during the pandemic period. So we have two tables for comparing the different use cases. The first table contains more technical data about the operations, such as the location, the size of the distribution area, the number of IL facilities, and the types of vehicles. Only the case dedicated to the hospital started with conventional fuel vehicles and is moving now to electric. The second table contains other information as a type of business. So we have two examples for the business-to-consumer parcels, one example for the business-to-consumer groceries, and finally the business-to-business oriented to the hospital. The success factors, as you could see, were the space and the location. In the case of the hospital, it helped reduce waste, and in the case of Sainsbury, it helped open a new channel for increasing the market share. In the barriers, the cost of the facility, to find the best location, and also to face a new operational change. And one of the key learnings is that for making viable a urban consolidation center, you need a high volume of deliveries. And another one is that technology is essential for synchronizing supply and demand and determining the best route. Mobile depots are vans for trucks that move to a specific location and perform as facilities. From there, other vehicles deliver the goods to the final delivery points. This case is the first prototype, and as you can see here, it was a truck that contained the vehicles in charge of doing the last mile. In black, you have the benefits from introducing this mobile depot, and in red, we have the barriers or inconvenience. The first inconvenience was to find a convenient parking place, and the second one, as this is a truck, the size and design gives low flexibility to move to other locations, and it's difficult to find the correct location for parking this truck. Other example of mobile depots is this prototype of Ford in London. As you can see here, this case is a van, so the size is more reduced, so it gives more flexibility to move to different locations. Within the van, we can find also the vehicles in charge of doing the last mile delivery. So we have the bikes. And there are other vehicles that can synchronize with this van to make the final deliveries. Another example is DHL. So in this case, this is vessels that are moving for inland water and are delivering to the center of London and the center of Amsterdam. From there, from the parking space where is parked, then there are vehicles that are waiting for doing the last mile delivery. So here it's important as again to have a synchronization between the smaller ship and the vehicles in charge of doing the last mile delivery. So if we compare the fixed and mobile depots, we find that both help decrease the truck kilometers, help to reduce the cost per stop, help to reduce the CO2 emissions, and others benefits, environmental benefits. In the case of fixed depots, they require large investments, and in the case of mobile depots, the vehicle design and advanced digital technologies for synchronizing resources are more critical. The key takeaways about these lessons. So first, we have analyzed the two echelon distribution networks. We have seen some examples of fixed facilities and mobile depots. And finally, we have explored some commonalities and key differences. I hope you enjoyed these two lessons. And here my contact details if you have any questions.